Hey, this is Rich with breathingwiththemarkets.com. Today is April 18th, 2025. No trading today, unfortunately, but it is Easter weekend and wish everyone a happy Easter and a safe weekend. I had a question about prop firms and about transitioning to live and stuff like that, which is a good question. A response to one of my videos, and I just wanted to reach out. Maybe some other traders had questions about that. First and foremost, I'm new to the prop firm industry. So I'm the last person to kind of lean on in reference to all of their rules and regulations and all that stuff. Because there are some people that are professional prop firm traders, so to speak. I took my first trade in 1999, and I've been on live accounts. So it's not a goal for me to go live. It's called a decision. Okay, so it's a decision. Oh, I'm done trading prop firms. I'm just going to trade my own money. So what's the difference? There really is no difference. We as traders need to work on a skill. So if you have a skill in the market, it doesn't matter whether you're trading a demo, a live account, a prop firm account, several prop firm accounts. It matters what your goal is in life. Trading is a professional sport. So therefore, you have to treat it as such. So does that mean that if you go out and blow some accounts in prop firms and you're yellowing and stuff like that, that you don't have a skill? No, that doesn't mean you don't have a skill. You could be out having fun. Everyone's financial situation is different. So it all depends on what the goal of each individual trader is. A goal should not be money, okay? It should not be money. I was paying Schwab up to $6,000 and $7,000 in a month on fees. So in order to pay that nut, and that's approximately, I mean, I'm thinking back to 1999. To enter a trade, it was $29.95 to enter. And to exit that trade was another $29.95 to exit that trade. It's crazy back then. So hold on, stand by. Well, here we are. This is just an example. I butchered the hell out of this, though, trying to get rid of a lot of this information. But anyways, tax year 1999, Charles Schwab at the top. This page number 14, January 15, 2000. So you can see down here quantity. So we talk about size in the market, and everyone talks about risk, size, and you know, you're risking too much, you're a gambler, you don't know what you're doing. All of that shit, don't listen to them fucking people, man. Just hone in on your skill. For example, here's some quantities down here. 250 shares of SAF, T-Lock, 100 shares Charles Schwab, 250 shares of Southwest Airlines, 100 shares Sportsline USA, 100 shares Atom Software, 200 shares Revlon, 500 shares Southwest Airlines, 100 shares Southwest Airlines, 375 shares Southwest Airlines, 100 shares Amazon, 100 shares United Parcel, 100 shares Lucent Technology, 200 shares E-Trade, 100 shares Ameritrade, 300 shares Staples, 100 shares Jupiter Networks, 200 shares Applied Materials, 500 shares Southwest Airlines. And I don't know if I said this or not, but 100 shares of Amazon. You may have skipped Amazon up here. You know, I don't trade the names. So Schwab was asking me like, hey, you know, how are you figuring this shit out? Like, what are you looking at? You know, how are you analyzing these stocks? And I just fucking laughed. I trade the chart, okay? I trade the chart. It doesn't matter the name. Let's go ahead and check out this chart, for example, okay? So we're talking about a skill versus gambling, and then we're going to relate it to prop firms, okay? Because there's a lot of prop firms out here that want you to trade their way. And who says that they can trade at all, okay? Who cares that they were on the floor? Who cares if they've traded in the past? Everyone's at different levels, okay? But can they actually follow the market? Do they understand what the market is doing? Do they understand the manipulation in the market? So if we went to a daily, and I've done this before, go on down here, and we snap some fucking lines, okay? These are magical lines, traders. Disclaimer, no, they're not. Everyone thinks that they have magical lines. I don't know if this is working. Yeah, it is. Okay, we'll go back. Here, we'll just fucking snap the hell out of them. Okay, there we go. So now we're gonna refresh the screen. Okay, let's see. All I did was snap these lines, and we're gonna see how many touches we have on these lines. Ooh, look at this. Beautiful. See, that was a zone right there. You see that? If we would have just taken that short right there, would have made some good money. This is on a daily. If you would have held that overnight, man, you would have made some good money. The reason I took this trade right here, hypothetically, the reason I took this trade is I looked to my left and I saw basically a drop, a base drop. And even though the candle was red, I knew that that was the perfect zone. All of this is bullshit. Okay. I was shorting for a long time in the Dow or the NASDAQ, switch back and forth. But I was taking shorts, and all of a sudden tariffs comes out, and they said, "Oh my God, tariffs are making the market go down." The market, only thing that tariffs are going to do, only thing news is going to do, is speed up that process. The market has to be set up to take a direction. We might get a candle like this to the upside, right? On a 4 hour, this is a 4 hour chart. That's a candle with an attitude. We might get that on a chart. But that doesn't pick a direction because the market's still bearish. So all this is manipulation, okay? It's just manipulation. If we go back and we talk about prop firms, I had some questions about, hey, Rich, do you intentionally blow up accounts so you don't go to live? Fuck, I've been to live. I've traded size. I understand. I just showed quantities of these things. I don't need to disclose and show all my shit. For what? For who? I got a skill. I don't need to show you a bankroll. Why does somebody need to show someone a bankroll? From my experiences, those who keep talking about their bankroll don't have a skill. Why do I say that? I can see their trades. I can see their trades. Taking 20 accounts or 30 or 40 accounts across several prop firms and clicking a button for trying to get a $200 day multiplied by 40, $8,000. And they come out and say, yeah, I made $8,000 today. Now, I don't know any traders, and maybe there is, but I don't know any real traders in a live market that's taking 20, 30, 40 different accounts across the board, individual accounts, okay, and trying to make $200 off of one account. So when I trade in a prop firm, I don't change my style. I don't change the way I enter the market. I attack the market on a daily basis. And what I'm trying to do, remember, prop firms are squeezing traders. They're squeezing you down to make you fail. They say they want traders. Okay, it's good to say, prove it. You see, they want traders to prove to them that they can trade. Well, what kind of rules do they have whether or not you can trade with their money? How about this? If you want real traders, why don't you pay those traders to trade with you and trade your real money? Nothing's for free. I'm not for free. Why am I going to make you 10%, 20%? Why don't you pay me to trade? You see, you flip it on them. So as a trader, you must pay yourself, right? If you're going to be in the market, go ahead and pay yourself. The goal is not to raise a $150,000 account, hypothetical, and get $150,000, $160,000 gains in 5 days and throw your hands up saying, I did it, I can trade. How about taking thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of trades and having a hit rate, 70, 80, 90%? Who would you put your money on? Somebody who can take an account and YOLO 5 different trades up to 150,000, or someone that can take the same account and have thousands and thousands of trades to 150,000. I mean, it's common sense, traders. So all of these prop firms, you have to build a relationship with the prop firm. And each individual is different. It's not across the board. They do not treat traders the same. No one is treated equal at a prop firm. I guarantee that. It's impossible. What about these leaderboards? Are you impressed with the leaderboards? How did those leaders get up there? Were their rules the same as your rules? Because prop firms keep changing the rules, right? So in my opinion, my humble opinion, I would say every time a prop firm changes their own rules, they need to wipe out that leaderboard because they're no longer the leader. The rules have changed, right? What about world records and stuff like that? What if they change the rules on world records? And all of a sudden, those records will never, the older records will never be beaten because the rules are tightened, right? So as an influx of traders come into the market and some are taught to gamble, And some are saying, hey, listen, this is the product that I have. I guarantee you're going to make money. All you have to do is do this. And over a period of time, yeah, you're going to blow up counts left and right, blah, blah, blah. But over a period of time, all you need is a windfall trade. And you're going to end up getting paid eventually. And it's going to wipe everything out. What about the 10-to-1 R ratio, risk to reward? That's gambling to me. What are the odds? People are not learning how to trade the market. They're learning how to gamble. They're doing the calculations on their computer and they're doing calculations on their calculator and they're looking at the system saying, what system is best for me on the way I gamble? And then they do the calculations and go, that's not going to work. That's too much. And a day drawdown, trailing drawdown. Too much, too much, too much. What about Apex? What about denials? What about other firms that denied? I've been denied payments. I've been ripped off by prop firms. I've never been ripped off by a live broker. Now, I don't agree with the spreads and the fees, because the spreads and fees will eat you alive, especially if you're a scalper, right? So if you're going to take a couple hundred trades in a day or 1,000 trades in a day, and you're going to come out profitable, well, they're going to love you because you're making them money on the feeds and the spread, slippage, everything. So believe no one, trust no one, verify, do your own due diligence, and you'll be able to trade. It makes no sense to purposely blow up an XFA, a combine, or an evaluation to prevent you from going to live. If you continue to take payouts, you're squeezing yourself down to nothing. Your stop loss is getting smaller and smaller every time you take a payout. Eventually, the market's going to have a flashbang candle and you're going to blow the account. Now, did you take $11,000 from the account or $16,000 from, for example, Top Step's taking 10% every time I take a payout. 10%, I believe it's 10%. Every time you take a payout. So if I take a payout for 14,000 over a period of time, take 10% of that. So the point is they're getting paid. They're getting paid. Now, do they want somebody to YOLO 5 or 6 trades in a row to get up to 150,000? Someone did that. Now they want to possibly change the rules because they can see that people will do different things. But changing the rules is not always something that's good, right? Because what is their goal? How do they know that trader cannot trade? Or how do they know that trader gambled? We don't know. But what you do know, over a period of time, taking thousands and thousands and thousands of trades, whether or not you can be profitable or whether or not you have a system that's objective in the market. If you want to look at a chart and say that price, if you want to look at a chart and say that price is going to come down to this area, like the support and resistance traders, pull it up, okay? This is what they do, right? 2 different zones. And they say, when price comes up here, I'm going to take it short. When price comes down here, I'm going to go long. But they don't really have a reason of why they're doing that other than it rejected that area. It's hypothetical. Well, in a market that's designed to go up, who says it's ever going to fucking come down here again? So it's when they say, I think I want it to get to this level, I'm not going to take, this is pushing down, I'm not going to take a trade until it gets to this point and then I'm going to go long. It's wishful thinking. When they say, I think, I believe, all this is a hunch, and then people ask, well, why? You say, well, we've been short for over, this looks like, a good area, and we've been short, the past month, so I think it's going to come down to this area. That's not how the chart works. It's not how it works. You got to be able to read this language in the chart. Can you read the language? Do you understand the language? Do you understand where the market was going to go short and why? Can you look at this history and understand the market goes up and down for a reason? It's like creating moving averages, right? The market can't just go up. It's designed to go up, but therefore it has to come back down and reboot, right? It's shaking people in and out of the market. It's not buyers and sellers that are pushing the market down and up. I mean, let's get real. The shit is fake, okay? It's fake. And if you go back and you're able to analyze the market, you're going to see a whole lot of fake shit in the market, okay? So came up and someone will try to justify this area right here and say, well, the reason, if you look left, snap a line, and this shit's not working, snap a line. And they'll say, oh, the reason, if you look left, you see how they have touches here and you have touches there? And then that's the reason why it went down. They say shit and you actually believe it. That's what sucks. You actually believe what all these people are saying on the internet. as to why price turned. If they don't have an objective reason why price turned that repeats itself over and over and over again, then you might want to give pause, because trading is difficult. Yes, it is difficult, and you need patience. There's a lot of things that people say. That's true. You do need patience, but what you do need is a skill set. You need to learn from someone that has a skill. If they don't have a skill and they have a gambling mentality and they're showing you a bunch of money, are you impressed? Do you like, oh my God, I just want to do what he does or she does? They're living the lifestyle that I want. Why are they living that lifestyle? More than likely, it's not from trading, because they truly don't have a skill. They have a gambling mentality. Now, back on the prop firms, and I'm skipping around because this isn't planned, but I had a question about purposely blowing up accounts or not. I make statements sometimes I will purposely blow up an account, but it's not to prevent something, or it's not prevent from getting to a certain level or things of that nature. But let me give you an example. Here we have Apex, okay? They banned me from buying accounts. Am I a gambler? I'm showing you that I'm not a gambler. So why did they ban traders? Great fucking question. Do they have too many traders on the books? I have an opinion, right? That's for you to decide. Do all these new companies have enough traders on the books? No, that's why they have a new company come out and people flock over there. So why do prop firms change rules? Well, supply and demand, right? And their bottom line. Is their bottom line being squeezed? Are they not making as much money? What if you took, and this is where I start to think about prop firms. What if you took a trader that really had a skill set that could actually teach other traders the same skill set? Now, mind you, they might not reach the level of that trader, or they might surpass them. They might become better than that trader, whoever their mentor is, he or she. Now, if prop firms were really looking for traders for whatever reason, then why don't you pick up a trader that has a skill set that can actually teach those traders? And the end result would be, I think they would be changing the rules again, because for some reason, I don't believe what they say. I don't. That's just my opinion. Because if you had a skilled trader that was having private classes with hundreds and hundreds of the prop firm's clients, or thousands of their clients, what would happen to that prop firm? I think it would go down. Wouldn't you say so? Why not? If you had thousands and thousands and thousands of other students continuing to be profitable, practice accounts, live accounts, funded accounts, the more profitable traders you have on funded accounts, sim funded accounts, the less profitable the firm is. So don't always believe what you hear. Don't always believe on the 39th payout or the first payout that you're going to go live. Don't always believe that if you're a trader, you're not going to have any problems. I believe traders have the problems. Real traders have problems from the firms. I believe that. Don't always believe leaderboards. Leaderboards are great, but when you change the rules, wipe out that leaderboard, because you're starting over. How can someone else get on the leaderboard if you change the rules so many times and made it more and more difficult for traders? The leaders didn't get there with difficult rules. The leaders got there with easy rules. They were able to take out as many payouts as they wanted. They didn't have caps on their payouts. Why do people have caps on their payouts? Don't you want real traders? That's for you to decide. So I just trade. My skill will go with me wherever I go. I don't have to trade. I don't need to trade. I don't have a goal. I'm not trying to make millions and millions of dollars. I know what that's like. So, and it's no different than you and me. A beer tastes the same. So I have nothing to prove, and you have nothing to prove. Always remember that just because a prop firm says one thing doesn't mean they're actually going to do it. And just, for example, there are some traders that have been waiting for a payout with some prop firms, and they've made like $1 million and $2 million. And they're waiting for payouts. Why would you want to put yourself in that position? Why would you want to rack up $2 million in a sim funded account, thinking and believing that you're going to get paid? That's not the risk that I'm willing to take, because I don't trust them. Trust is earned. I don't care about their rules. It's not being disrespectful. Trust is not guaranteed. Prop firms have to earn our trust, and we as traders have to earn each other's trust. Don't just trust somebody just because you see them posting on the internet. Just because they say that they've been trading 10 years doesn't mean shit. Prop firms, you can use them as leverage, just like they use you. They hope that you fail. They hope you blow up accounts, right? But if you're a good trader and you're buying too many accounts, they don't like that. If you're not a good trader and you're buying a lot of accounts, you're a benefit to them. So don't always believe what you see. Don't always believe what you hear. And I've said this before. My Italian grandmother told me, believe nothing you hear and half of what you see. Seriously. And keep working on a skill. You can use these prop firms to continue to work on your skill. Your skill's going to get better and better each day if you practice. If you're out there making one trade in a day on 20 accounts, that's not practicing a skill. Because if the industry folds and there's no more prop firms, hypothetical, probably not going to happen, and you have no skill and you go to live, you've lost. You've lost that opportunity. So I came from live. It's not a goal to go back to live. It's just a decision. What decision are you going to make? Keep your head up, chin up, and trade on. Learn a skill, learn how to trade objectively in the market on a daily basis. And your skill will lead the way. Peace, traders.